Alright, so here we have the Yamaha Electone MR-500T. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. Whoever had it didn't take care of it. And they were a smoker. But here's the problem. Is the pedals, everything works except for this one. It's broken. Over here, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little plastic here that's supposed to hold this down, and that's broken. So what I'm going to do is get a piece of metal, a little angle, and put that in there and probably weld it on there. For those people who don't have welders, you can probably screw it on there, but you can see how these are supposed to be. Everything else is good except for this one, which stands up when you've got it on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and get my metal ready, and we'll take it to the next step. Alright, well, I found a piece of metal, and I'm getting ready to weld it. I'll just weld it on both sides. It's a little out of focus there, but that should do it. It's going to work like it should. And it's the same height as the others, so I just have to weld it and see what happens. Then I'll put it all back together. I realize I'm doing this backwards. I should have showed you how to take it apart, but when I put it back together, you'll see how easily it is. This just slides into here, okay, and then there's three screws that hold in place. And right here, right here, there's a connection for the board, and I'll put that together. The board's over here. I'm going to show you what I need to do to clean it. There's little contacts here that I'm going to clean, and before I put it all back together. So our next step is to weld that little puppy and take it from there. This is my fix. It's welded both sides. It's a clean fix, and see how it looks on the top here. Okay, so here you go. I think we're good. Just gotta clean it up and start putting it back together. Alright, now to clean the contacts. Each one of these has these rubber contacts, and what I'm going to do now is take these off and clean all the contacts to make sure that when it's put back together, it works like it should. So what I'm going to do is use an eraser, just kind of clean the contacts real quick. They don't seem that dirty, but I've also got contact cleaner, which is good for these things. What it is let me see, get this real quick. This contact cleaner here I use, and it's good, and it doesn't screw up the plastic, and it does clean the contacts really good. So I'll use that after I'm done doing the eraser thing. Alright, using this these contacts, or Q-tips, I'm real quick clean these up. They're not that bad. But it doesn't hurt. Oh, you can see there's a little dirt there. Yeah, there's a little dirt. So I'll keep doing this until I don't get any dirt on my Q-tip. Alright. Okay, so the way this works, to put it back together, I got to put all of these back in their place, because when I put the board back in, that way each one of these will trigger triggered. This must be a magnetic or metal or something, because when it touches those contacts, that's what creates a closed position in the contact. And so put it all back together here. Let's get back to let me get reorganized here. Alright, they're all in, and now what I gotta do is put these little spacers where they belong, which is, oh, this is magnetic, this is not good, but these belong here, all in here where there's a screw. I'm going to put these spacers back in. I took them out so they wouldn't fall, and I'm trying to do this with one hand. It's kind of almost impossible, but there we go. Anyway, let's do that, and then we'll put the board back on. Alright, well, now that it's in, this is the pedal I fixed at the very end, so I know that the connector's over here. You could easily do it backwards, so you want to make sure that you get the right end and put it back together like that. And then there you put your little screws in. Anyway, that's how it works. We do one and then we'll do the rest without being on camera. And that's how it's going to go back together. With 1, 2, 3, how many screws there is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. Alright. Alright, all done. Now I just got to put it in the organ. There's 3 screws and a plug, and that's it. That's how you take it apart. And then you got all these screws. You take this off, clean all the contacts, put it all back together. I think we're good to go, but I'll show you how it's done over here in a minute. Alright, I'm not sure how we're going to do this. Film it at the same time. But what it is this fits in here, slides underneath here. Lines up with the screws right there. Yeah, perfect. There's the 3 screws and then the plug in the back, and that's it. She's done. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll test it, see what it does. Alright, one thing at a time here. Well, I think we got it. There you go. Now we're going to take these this keyboard apart, hopefully, and that's going to be part 2. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you in part 2 if you're interested in learning how to clean these up. Because some of them, see like this one? Now if I press hard, but just pressing on it doesn't always work. So they have to be cleaned up. Thanks for watching.